New India Assurance, a name synonymous with trust and reliability. From humble beginnings to becoming the largest non-life insurance company in India, our journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Embracing technology and innovation, New India Assurance has stayed ahead of the curve, introducing groundbreaking solutions to meet the ever-evolving needs of its customers. At the heart of New India Assurance lies a set of core values. These values have guided us through the decades, earning the trust of millions of policyholders across the nation. Together, we leave a footprint of greatness.
Welcome to the ET special today with Ms. Girija Subramanian, Chairman and MD, the New India Assurance Company. Welcome to the ET show today, ma'am.
Thank you.
So today our focus will be on the New India Assurance Company's special policy on the eve of Women's Day. It's called the Women Udyam Bima Policy. I'd like to first understand more about this policy, ma'am. Why did you think, and your organization, that there needs to be a special policy in the realm of Udyam?
Basically, the government of India has been implementing many initiatives for encouraging women to come into the formal workforce in India. So the introduction of this policy is a very small effort toward providing support and financial protection for women entrepreneurs who come forward. So the policy is for the benefit of women entrepreneurs running micro and small industries having a asset size not exceeding 5 crores.
Why was this policy thought of for only Women Udyam policy? Is there a requirement that you felt, or was there any survey or research held which gave you a sense that either women who run small, medium enterprises, they either are not aware, or even if they are aware, they are not able to take policies because nothing is custom made for them?
Actually, if you look at India, I know because of the socio-economic factors, most of the decisions in a household are still happen to be taken by male members of the family. So, which sometimes leaves the women and their efforts go completely unprotected. And therefore, from that context, and also towards bringing in a resurgent India, going, in line with the government's vision, for having women at the forefront, including the Beti Padhao, kind of Beti Padhao kind of movement. I think this is just complementing that when they get into the career, where they start showing some inclination towards income generation, then we should encourage them by way of income protection, and that would start with awareness that such products are available. Mostly, many times, the financial products, even if they're available, they are not catered or customized to address women's need. And very often, even if there are such products, they are almost never made aware of. The women do not know that such things exist. So I think this is something we brought out, and we will be campaigning a lot around this product, bringing, putting our agents at the forefront, our entire distribution channel, trying to automate it as far as possible, so that online services also are available for women who are able to access it online. So we would be doing everything that it takes to reach this to the hinterlands.
Right. Can you tell us briefly the key tenets of this? How small ticket or how big the sum assured can be in this scheme?
Sum assured could be, anything up to 5 crore. Normal businesses, at least 25, 30, they will start with 20, 25 lakhs normally. So anything of that size up to 5 crore is we are able to cover in this.
Right. And in the realm of insurance, what all areas does it cover? Does it cover natural calamities? Does it cover floods? Or does it cover fire? And what all aspects are covered under this?
It covers fire, it covers burglary, covers loss of profits, and it covers all the vagaries of the weather. It does cover.
Okay. Any specific flexibility that you provide in paying premiums? Can a woman entrepreneur skip a premium or two if they are going through hard times on their business? Does it provide for any flexibility or any grant of it?
It provides flexibility for payment of premium in installments. So you can pay in installments as per your convenience. And also the sum insured could be varied. I mean, you could opt for a lower sum insured if you feel you're not able to pay the premium. So, so when things are not going too well, you can go for a lower sum insured.
Midway through a policy, one can reduce the sum insured. Is that what you're saying?
No. It has to be, if you're going for a policy for a particular sum insured, you could either stagger the premium or you could go for a lower sum insured.
Oh, okay. Basis your capability, you can choose the sum insured and thereby the installment facility. And the installment would vary from monthly to quarterly or even a one lump sum payment. Is that possible?
Yes, it is possible.
All of that is possible. Okay, great. Any more features around this policy that you would want to highlight? Any particular kind of business gets better acceptance versus the other, because the entrepreneur could, a woman entrepreneur could be in any form of business. A small business run out of home versus enterprise run out of a particular industrial area in the realm of manufacturing, or even, supposedly a woman. I mean, we've had Lijjat, which is the biggest example of Mahila Graha Udyog, right? Similar kind of businesses. So are there specific grades of businesses which have specific premiums attached to it, or is the premium same for all kinds of businesses?
Actually, this policy is applicable for manufacturing or services sector, any of the two. And within the manufacturing, we already have several occupancies across which we cover. And that is what our Bharat Sukshma Udyam policy provides. So the premium will be in line with the Sukshma Udyam policy of New India, which will give different premiums for different occupations, different kind of occupancies that you are in. So it would be catering to that. So premiums would definitely differ basis on the kind of occupation you are in.
Is this insurance policy different and provides a different kind of financial safety which otherwise is not available in a traditional insurance policy?
One is that trying to increase or decrease the sum insured as per the person's ability at that point of time, which is a very major factor. This can be enabled here. There is also a discount for women entrepreneur in this policy. Discount on the premium basis the risk assessment. If the risk is otherwise okay, the person or the entrepreneur can get up to 20%. Any amount, up to 20% discount can be got if otherwise everything else is okay.
Okay. And what is the date this policy gets launched and kicked off?
It's already there in, enabled on our system, but we'll be formally launching this on 10th of March.
Okay, fair enough. Ma'am, briefly to understand why this specific policy for women, are there any barriers that you or the company has noticed, and thereby you want to bridge the gap of insurance being taken by women entrepreneurs, and that's the reason possibly that you found that this kind of policy needs to be made, especially addressing this cost. So any particular gap that you noticed or a niche audience that you noticed that made the requirement of such a policy?
Basically, low insurance penetration among women is driven by multiple barriers that exist in our society. So we have low financial literacy among women. We have a financial dependency on the male family members, which is also a social norm here. Irregular, income patterns among in businesses where women are involved. Huge mobility barrier is also there, where a woman could be very capable but could not possibly travel to another place which would be more suitable for her job. So she has to possibly do things that fit in the geographical locale where she is situated. So all these things, and also the fact that there are very few financial products that are tailored for a woman's needs. So all of these we found where there were gaps here which we could address. And therefore, in order to bridge this gap, we have first of all developed this policy, and we are at the moment establishing financial literacy programs with the focus on women. And we would be, trying to address as many women population in India as possible through a wide network of 1,680 offices. So making insurance policies simpler has been also one of the things we have been doing very actively. And these policies which we want for women to buy would be made much simpler, much relevant, and they would fit the needs of the woman that we are trying, the segment of women that we are trying to, target here. And we've also, in the process of collaborating with self-help groups, which are majorly driven by women, and also NGOs, which are driven by women, to connect with women who in rural and semi-urban areas who need this kind of financial protection. So that's the way we are going to adopt to go ahead and address these women in rural areas. And also digital, is also another way we are trying to facilitate easier access to our policies, so that we could service women who are very familiar and don't have any hassles going online.
In fact, that's interesting, and I want to understand more. You talked about 1,680 offices, which is your physical presence and outreach. But in the realm of digital, how are you going about it? Are you making it more accessible through making it all processed and possible through online on your own website? Or are you extending it to have other distributors, partners, fintech apps also enable signups for this policy for you?
So currently, we have, all our products are not automated end to end. It's a journey that we are going through right now. But most of the simple products like this Mahila Udyam, we are focusing on seeing how to automate it end to end, so that a person doesn't have to visit an office to get a policy, doesn't have to even visit an office to get a claim. And it is done within the fastest space of time. So this is something that is a constant endeavor. And these policies which cater to such sections of society, normally they are the SIPs, or the simple insurance products. So it is within our priorities that we, completely automate the simple insurance products, wherein, the population, whether male or female, could access these products online, and we are able to also cater to the claims online. So this is a constant endeavor. Many of our processes are automated. Some of them still remain manual, but it has been our endeavor that we bring them all onto an automated mode in the nearest future possible. So that we would be doing.
Claims is a big concern with a lot of people who buy insurance, right? Over the last few years, automation is one way that you're saying you've addressed this concern, where today, if one buys a policy from India Assurance and then at some point has to file a claim, and can that claim be filed online, and then later can it all be tracked online today with you?
Yes, actually we have this facility wherein we send messages to the customer at which stage the claim is at the moment. We plan to revamp this. It may not be possibly there in all our products. So we are trying right now to see that this automation and this informing the customers to which stage or where the claim is pending at this point of time is provided to all our customers. And we are very confident that very soon we'll be able to do that.
They say charity begins at home. How about women, involvement of women, and even the role of women in your own organization? Give us a sense of, how is New India Assurance Company placed when it comes to women leadership as well as women workforce?
Yeah, basically, we have around 30% of our workforce that is women. And we have a very strong female leadership in New India, means right from the scale 5, 6, 7, and the executive directors and me, myself, we are women. I think a predominant part of our senior management is women. And I can tell you the CMD is a woman, the executive director is a woman. Then among the 5 GMs, or 2 are men, 3 are women. And then a large part of the DGMs, the deputy general managers we have, are women. The chief manager category, which is scale 5, we have almost more than 50% women. So this is almost, like practically more than 50% of the senior management is women. And most of the very important functions are led by women. And therefore, there's a womanness in everything we do, which includes the ideas, the products. We, all of us, have traveled our own journeys, where awareness is concerned, we do know where things are lacking. And therefore, there's a lot of emphasis on bringing products that will cater to women specifically on the table. And our women are much more spirited, within the workforce. I would say that some of the most talented professionals are women. So obviously they get the best of jobs to handle. And therefore we see a lot of traction in women-centric policies and women-centric decision making here.
Heartening to hear all of this. And if I may say so, men are a minority maybe than any organization, but interesting. But let me just come back to you some stats that we've had. The gender pay gap till the last numbers that we've had, it still stands at 60%, where women are just earning 40% compared to what men are. This is the World Economic Forum data last we checked. While India's goal of insurance for all by 2047 is an audacious goal that we also notice. How do you see women's role evolving in the insurance sector, especially as consumers, then on your side as agents, as well as industry leaders like you? How does this role sort of evolve where women and insurance sector?
So women are poised to play a very, very pivotal role across the insurance spectrum. And as consumers, since you can see increasing number of women participating in the financial activity in the country, and they're also taking up occupations that men, were earlier considered to be the male bastion. They're all there. And therefore, as consumers, they have a say on what they want to buy as insurance. We can see that increased awareness in the urban population, and it is slowly rubbing off as we see many of our rural girls, young girls, taking up occupations that bring them to the forefront of every service that is there in the country. And therefore, I think as consumers, they are increasing their participation in financial planning and risk management within their homes and outside also. And therefore, there's a huge dependence on women and their role in insurance sector. And in the distribution space also, many of our agents and advisors today are women, and we are encouraging more women to get into this. In fact, the regulators, idea of having Bima Sugam, that's the e-marketplace, also encourages Bima Vahaks to be women. And therefore, since by mandate we are asked to do a state insurance for the state of Gujarat and Lakshadweep, and we would be also onboarding a lot of women Vahaks, Bima Vahaks from our side. And that applies to all the other agents also that are otherwise directly associated with New India. So agency force is going to predominantly be women going into the future. And industry leaders, the last 10 years, we have seen many women reaching the pinnacles of their career in the insurance industry, be it public sector or private sector. And we see many promising women entering into niche streams like the actuarial science and, engineers coming in, doctors entering insurance industry as health, specialists. And I only see this going to grow larger and bigger in times to come. And then the gender diversity is going to be there. The decisions that are taken are going to be gender agnostic. And I think this is healthy for the country.
You talked about women in the insurance and they've reached the pinnacle. You're a living example of it. And you're now taking it further because you're possibly spawning many more Girijas in the years to come. So thanks for taking the initiative. I'll go beyond insurance now. Has the New India Insurance Company undertaken any projects to empower women in terms of enhancing their livelihoods and also encouraging them to take more initiatives which go just beyond, essentially to encourage financial independence among women? Has your organization taken any initiatives in that?
So we have done a lot of CSR activities, and in some of our activities, some of our CSR funds have gone towards skill set building in rural populations where only women are there and women are catered to. A lot of skill set development initiatives have been taken, and also health camps and such kind of health NGOs that promote health of women. We have contributed a CSR funds to, and I think we'll be doing a lot more of this going into the future.
Okay, thanks a lot. One last question. Women occupy key leadership positions at New India Assurance, right? I mean, from whatever numbers we've seen and the names that we see, from CMD, which is yourself, ED and FA, CMO, head of reinsurance,
Yes.
it's a women team out there at the top. Take this question in some, help us understand, when it's such a large women team at the top, trying to figure out, the way ahead and for the organization, how do you keep the men in check in terms of the balance of equation?
Yeah, actually, it's not by design that this has happened. It's just happened that all women became GMs, and so obviously, when you have only X number of vacancies, and you get women, you become women centric. That is one. So it has indirectly helped us, have these women centric policies. But I would say that I have seen a lot of change in behavior in men with time. Of the kind of men that used to be there earlier, and when I was at level 1, level 2, and the kind of men that we see today, they are far more accepting. They are far more. They respect women a lot more. And in the boardroom, since many chairs are now occupied by women, they've got used to the fact that women think differently, and they bring that differentiation into decision making. But what they can think of, possibly men cannot, and what men can do uniquely, I believe women cannot. So I believe it's only a blend of the two, and I believe that becoming women-centric is okay, but becoming women-dominated is also going to be a risk for our country, for the population that we serve, and therefore I feel it needs to be a right blend of the two. And since men are definitely more, broad-minded than they were earlier, I think it will be very promising to have a right mix of men and women on our senior management, in our senior management cabins.
So a blended balance of both is what you're saying that works best for the organization.
Yes.
Great. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for answering all the questions and helping us understand how your organization is taking this cause ahead. And congratulations on the occasion of Women's Day. You're launching this policy. Wish you great luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I really thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you on ET. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
New India Assurance, a name synonymous with trust and reliability. From humble beginnings to becoming the largest non-life insurance company in India, our journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Embracing technology and innovation, New India Assurance has stayed ahead of the curve, introducing groundbreaking solutions to meet the ever-evolving needs of its customers. At the heart of New India Assurance lies a set of core values. These values have guided us through the decades, earning the trust of millions of policyholders across the nation. Together, we leave a footprint of greatness.